Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Rivals Until Death. Before you move on, like this video, subscribe, and follow us on TikTok at Rivals Until Death. Premier League is back in effect.
Back in effect.
Alright, before we move on to the games, big signing. Eberechi Eze to Arsenal.
Don't make it talk, brother. You so when I get to me.
Top signing.
You remember, Europe is what this today.
Good signing, top player, one of the best players in the league. But I feel so the only reason they go after him is because Havertz injured. What do you think about the signing? And what does this signing mean for us?
From the starting of the transfer window, I've been saying it that we're going to get him. You put out there that we was never going to get him. That's what you said. Now, and even the last episode, you was trying to stick it on me, saying that you still feel like you're going to get him. Question to you. Did we get him?
Yes.
Simple as that. Don't give me no, because Kai Havertz injured. The guy signed for the club. Be a big man and say, hey, my bad. Let's go on. Simple. 60 million, put it down on the table. I know that guy was going to choose Arsenal over Spurs. I know. Once we had that money, and I know we had that money from the jump to spend. I don't see you guys talking about, oh, we spent our last money on Monday weekend. No. Even now, we still have more money to spend in this transfer window. Even now. It's just if we're going to spend the money.
Alright. Arsenal 1, United 0. Talk us through that game.
United dominated that game. They surprised me a lot. Good performance by Cunha. Mbeumo not so much. He was wasteful on the wing for me. He had a lot of the balls, but he wasn't doing that much with the ball. Improving performance to me from Martin Odegaard in the game. Yes, he didn't do as much of good stuff, but he did a lot of good stuff in the game where I could be like, yes, I could see an improvement from the performance that you had last season. Very poor performance from Gabriel Martinelli. Oh my God, this guy had my head going. Every time he get the ball on the counter, keep on kicking the ball out of play. I've seen a lot of people talking about Victor Gyökeres' performance. It's the guy's first game. It's the second hardest stadium as a rival stadium to play in his first game in the Premier League. What you expect? And he didn't have a bad game to me, that's that, because he had...
No, he had a bad game.
He had...
like 5 out of 10 performance.
He had Deloitte on ropes. He was running him ragged. One or two times I've seen him push over Deloitte, running past him. Yes, he didn't have a tremendous game from a striker perspective. That's everybody looked out for him to have this wonderful game. He's wearing that number 14. Everybody's looking up for him to perform and score goals.
How would you rate his performance of that thing?
5.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a bad. It's an average performance. But for me, the person who had a very poor performance was Gabriel Martinelli. Even Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka didn't have a tremendous game. He had a very poor game for Bukayo Saka standard. Bukayo Saka is the type of player that gives you 7 out of 10 all games on his poor day. And now that game that I watched for him was his poor day, and he gave me like a 5 or a 4.
How the game went, I didn't know it went that way. I thought it would be a back and forth game. It wasn't much of a back and forth game, but even though United have more of the possession, I still have to give credit to Arsenal defense. They were compact, they were good. And I didn't know that United was going to be that good. Actually, they were really good. They look more structured. They look like a team with a plan. So kudos on the improvement. It's just one of those games where the team that gets a chance took their chance, scored. But
a lot of people, a lot of Manchester United fans, I've seen them coming out and talking about how we win and we got dominated. Yes, I don't have a problem winning. At the first game of the season, all you need is just 3 points. We got the 3 points. A lot of games I remember back then. Remember, you know, because you watch football just the same as me. You know. Arsene Wenger was always the manager who would play sexy football, right? Manchester United, Alex Ferguson was the manager who doesn't play a lot of attractive footballs. And a lot of the time when we play sexy football, going to Manchester United, we're coming out 5-1, we're losing the game. Finally, we have a game where we didn't play sexy or football and we won a game, and you guys have a problem? Come on, man. I remember watching games when they had De Gea in goal and we was peppering them goals. You remember them days?
Yeah,
peppering them goals. And we lost.
But I want to highlight two players from Arsenal, two players that I'm a fan of, two players that I like, and throughout Mikel Arteta tenureship, their performances have leveled down, and it's Martinelli and Odegaard. Odegaard is not the same player.
Odegaard only had one bad season.
And I don't think that he's going to be but that Odegaard that I love and like.
Odegaard only had one bad season.
I think there's just something different in his game. A couple times in the game, he could have made a direct pass or a true pass and simple stuff. And I just don't think he's the same player. Martinelli is obvious. Like, Martinelli was a bright Premier League prospect, and I think that it's the manager's fault.
I don't see it that way. The way I see it, I don't have a problem with Odegaard having one bad season. Odegaard have been there for 4 seasons now. Only had one bad season. I'm not gonna ridicule a guy or kill a guy for only had one bad season. Again, this guy have made the starting 11 of the Premier League for 2 years straight. He haven't made it 1 year, and that's last year. So I'm not gonna kill this guy for that. Gabriel Martinelli, on the other hand, though, Gabriel Martinelli needs to step up his game. This is the second season now going. This is the third season now going in the league where he haven't been performing. And I'm not going to put that on the manager because he's getting a lot of game time to play, a lot of games to improve, a lot of games to put output in the games, and he's not doing that. So I'm not going to put the blame on Gabriel Martinelli. When you have Bukayo Saka on the other wing and Leandro Trossard on the other wing that is performing, remember, and this is coming from a guy who likes Gabriel Martinelli. He needs to step up. That's what it is. Simple what it is. Just need to step up.
All right. 4-2 Liverpool, Bournemouth. Bournemouth could have got some from that game. Yeah. They battle it in the end.
Well, once again, prove my point. I don't know if you share the same point of me. Once again, prove my point that Liverpool does have a good defensive team. They just have attacking team.
Oh yeah, that defense very poor. I know that Frimpong is injured. Conor Bradley is also injured. It's not gonna get better.
And big shout out to Semenyo for the racist chant that he experienced in the game and still carry on and scoring out 2 goals in the game. And Liverpool fans though, Mohamed Salah, again, nowhere to be seen. Yes, he turned up and scored the game. Hold up, 150 million words. So you're going to tell me that's that 150 performance you're supposed to expect in this game, your first game,
Yeah, it was bad. It was horrible.
Very bad. He haven't done nothing good in the game. Nothing at all. Passes, easy passes. He's even missing. Barging him up the ball.
And normally, I'm the type of fan who would be like, yes, big money, take time to accumulate in the league, but the abuse that I see my 100 million signing
every other.
And they need to hold this guy accountable. That was a horrible performance.
On the other hand though, Ekitike looked tremendous in the game. Very, very active in the game. He was going at his defenders in the game.
I like his attribute as a player. Tall, skinny, can finish. I like his physical profile. I think if he get time, he's gonna be good.
I feel like he has a disadvantage or something that he needs to work on more though. What I've seen in the game, he needs to work on his heading. Yeah, that's the only problem I've seen with him so far. But he looks good. But worth 150 million. Come on now. That's not it.
So before we move on to the next game, Isaac released a statement, Newcastle released a statement. Which side are you on?
Newcastle. I'm always going to be on the side. If you're saying, Jason, you got to remember, you're on the law. You sign a contract. You're on a 3-year contract. That's not the way you do stuff. Regardless if they have a meeting with you and you had a gentleman agreement, you have a 3-year contract. I could understand if you have 2 years. Not even 2. I could understand if you have 1 year. There are ways to do certain things. That's not the way to do that. In football terms. That's not the way you ought to do it. And I like how Newcastle is doing it. You're not for sale, my guy. Simple.
Alright. You have Tottenham Hotspur 3, Burnley 0. Good performance from Tottenham. Solanke was out and Richarlison stepped up. Brilliant second goal, by the way. Bicycle. They look good.
Yeah, the best goal so far in the league, I would say. Let's mention Mohamed Kudus. I said it. One of the best signing.
Yeah.
One of the best signing so far. And when I've seen Spurs got him, I was like, and the money they got him from, like, West Ham really let Spurs get him for that money. Even Chelsea, I feel like Chelsea should have went for him. Just the same as Eze. I was so surprised to see Chelsea didn't at least enter the race for those guys. I'm surprised at that. Because I feel like he would have been tremendous for Chelsea over there.
We had links with Kudus, but it wasn't for long. It would be a player that I would love to have in my team. But 3-0 Spurs win. I think Spurs perform well.
Let's move on to the team that you said was gonna win the league. Why you going around it? Let's move on to Chelsea, the team that you said is gonna win the league.
Tough Oliver Glasner team. If it was last season or season before, we probably would have conceded, but knowing how that game went, I'm happy we came out 0-0. This game really proved the importance of Levi Cowell to our team, because Acheampong came in, did well in a couple moments, but his inexperience showed. I think Enzo had a poor game. Palmer average. Gittins didn't look how I wanted him to look. But on the bright side, Estevao came on, did well, kind of put a spring into the attack. But yeah, it was a tough Crystal Palace team. We've got plenty of chances. Oh, we didn't score, I don't know. But knowing how competitive that game was, I'm happy for a 0-0.
Few pointers. See how I let you speak? Few pointers I want to make or ask about this game. Should that goal stand?
What do you mean?
Should the goal stand?
No.
Eberechi.
No.
We just said they should have took it away. They did the right decision, right?
Yep.
Okay. Disagree with that. That's a goal.
Why?
Disagree. It's a free kick. You will never ever see that get rejected again, ever.
So why do you think they took it away?
That's what, because it's Chelsea.
Okay.
Another question. I see you're very quick to mention my striker Victor Gyökeres. You spent 30 million on Leon Delap, 55 million on João Pedro. These guys have been in the league for way the amount of time.
They had a better performance than Gyökeres.
I just let you finish. These guys have been in the league longer than Victor Gyökeres. João Pedro, that you said, João Pedro, wonderful signing. I said to you, Nicholas Jackson is better than these guys. João Pedro had played from 0 minutes, I think it to what, 70 or 80 minutes. Didn't do shit in the game. Leon Delap came on. Yes, he kicked a shot at the goal. Didn't do shit too. Talk about your strikers. I've seen you talking about pre-season. João Pedro scored 5 goals. João Pedro is going to do this. Where is João Pedro?
They did okay. They just didn't score. They did okay.
Did what?
They did okay.
Did Crystal Palace outplayed you in the game?
No. It was an even game. And we had more clear-cut chances.
I don't know what he's watching.
We had more clear-cut chances.
Crystal Palace put the ball in the back of the net.
Plus, I'm not worried about my strikers. My strikers are gonna score a lot of goals, so that's the least of my worries.
You want to make another bet again about strikers? Or you wouldn't do that?
I'm happy.
So $100?
What's the bet?
My striker is gonna score more goal than any one of your strikers.
Than any one of the strikers?
Any one of them.
But now I bet.
Okay, because we know you vote.
Yeah. But I can make a bet that one, we are finishing above Arsenal, and two,
you already made
Arsenal,
that bet. We already made that bet. Just make sure that I could
But
get money.
I'm not worried about my strikers. It's just one game, and this is a team that they face Arsenal, City, Liverpool within the last couple of games, and they haven't lost none of them. So it was a tough game. Crystal Palace.
We beat Crystal Palace 2 times last season. What are you talking about?
In the last couple of games,
Yes.
they played Arsenal and didn't lose.
Bro, remember Gabriel Jesus, Crystal Palace. We played him. Oi,
The last game,
Oi.
Crystal Palace played Arsenal. They didn't last.
Why in your brain? I know you're an Arsenal fan, but you're not remembering.
The last game,
Gabriel,
they played Liverpool, City, Chelsea.
We played Crystal Palace 3 times back-to-back last season. Gabriel Jesus dunked on them in the 3 games they played on. A trick in one of the games. That's the FA Cup game. In the league, Gabriel Jesus scored again 2 goals. That was 5. What you talking about?
The last game, April 23rd.
You said in the last
April
game.
23rd. April 23rd, 2025. Arsenal 2, Crystal Palace 2, Jakob Kiwior, Leandro Trossard, Eberechi Eze, Mateta. Those are nil-all games. Back to my point.
Again.
They've so you're gonna pretend like say you don't see this?
Again, you said the last games. You didn't say the last game. You said the last games, and I mentioned in all the 3 games that we played them in. That's what I said to you.
I gotta give it to you.
You're not listening.
Or you finished that just now.
Finish what? That's what you said. That's why I mentioned the 3 games. That's why I mentioned the 3 games.
So I never mentioned this one.
That's why I mentioned the 3 games.
You see how I'm catching people? You see how I'm catching people? But I gotta give him credit. He played off smart. But my time, as I was saying,
always quick to go.
The point I was making,
always quick to go.
See how me shut him up quick. As I said, they're playing Liverpool. Didn't last the last game. City didn't last. Arsenal didn't last. They're a good team under this manager. So, as I was saying, I'm not overreacting on that game because Crystal Palace is a tough team. But me like how you finesse that. Again, it was very small. I gotta give it to you.
Again, my guy.
I gotta give it to you.
Hold up. Again, my guy. You said the last games, and I mentioned 3 games. I said Gabriel Jesus.
So that 2-2 wasn't part of the last game. That 2-2 was part of the last game.
Let me finish, bro.
You're
the last 3 games, and I deliberately mentioned Gabriel Jesus scoring 5.
I'm not talking about that. That was one of the last games. 2-2 was the last games.
Let me finish, bro. I mentioned Gabriel Jesus scored 5 goals in the 3 games. Simple.
People, he played it out slick. But I give it to that. That was very slick. That was very slick.
On another note, Cole Palmer haven't scored a goal, an outplay goal, I'm not talking penalties, since January last season.
Compare him to a player that they always compare him. What about Saka?
Palmer.
What about Saka?
What about Saka?
Since March 31st of last year, 6 non-penalty goals, Saka. So whatever metric you are comparing now, if you compare it to Saka, he has more. So if you're going to say he hasn't scored how much non-penalty goals in January, Saka probably only has 1.
Again.
So
and he has more, right? And I remember.
Who has more?
Hold up. Who has
more?
You just mentioned that Saka maybe have 1. I'm just following on what you said, bro. Let me finish. I'm just following up on what you said. And remember, this guy have been out for half of the season.
What about when he's playing? Name the goals that he scored.
When he was playing.
Name the goals that he scored. Name the non-penalty goals that he scored. You're an Arsenal fan. Name them.
Again, let me finish. When he was playing before he was injured, Saka had the most assists. Up there with the goals.
I thought I was talking goals. No, you're talking assists. Make up your mind.
That's why you need to let me finish. Saka had the most assists and he was up there with the goals. 6. Remember, before he was injured. Saka has been injured for half of the season.
Saka has 1 non-penalty goal.
I like how you're defensive for Cole Palmer though.
Saka has 1 non-penalty goal in the league since February. Next question.
I like how you're so defensive for Cole Palmer.
Wolves 0.
All I'm saying is make sure that these guys turn up. I'm here for all of them.
0, Man City 4. 2 goals by Haaland. Reinders had a good game. 1 goal for Turkey.
Turkey goal is good. I seen Turkey goal. Reinders. That's what I expected from Man City, you know. I got that result right. That's what I expected from Man City. They're playing a team that I expect to go down. They lose their best player, that's Cunha. I expected them to whitewash them, that's why I put 3, and they scored 3 goals.
Alright, let's move on to the predictions.
Hold up. And onto the table, I'm leading. I'm 7 points, you're 4.
Okay.
No, I'm just mentioning.
You want a trophy?
I'm just mentioning. Remember, we said we put it in this in the video. Our prediction table. I'm mentioning it.
Alright.
I'm leading. I'm 7
buy
points.
a beer.
This guy, man.
West Ham.
Rattled.
West Ham at home to Chelsea.
West Ham at home to Chelsea. Chelsea should win this game. West
They
Ham
have
is.
to.
But this is the derby though. I'll go for Chelsea win 3-1. 3-1 Chelsea.
Say Chelsea win 2-0. And they have Man City at home to Spurs.
Whoa, so this is the game that normally a tricky fixture by Man City. Alright, let me go for a City win 2-1.
I'm going for a draw. It's gonna be a 2-2 or 1-1, but I'm going 1-1. Spurs 1, Manchester City 1. Arsenal at home to Leeds.
4-0 game. 4-0 Arsenal.
I'm going to Arsenal win. Arsenal win 2-0. And we're going to have
Monday, Super Monday.
Fulham at home to Manchester United.
Fulham home to Manchester United. Fulham win. Fulham win 2-1.
Nah, I'm going to United. The performance last game was very promising. I'm going to United.
Reason
win.
being why I said Fulham is gonna win. Manchester United is gonna turn up for Arsenal. That's what I expected from them. They're playing their rival. These are the games that I'm gonna watch Manchester United and see if they're gonna turn up for. Because
that's a good point.
Last season they did the same thing against the big teams.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. But I'm going with United on this one. I'll say United win 2-1. United win. And then big game Monday, Newcastle at home to Liverpool.
This is the game I'm gonna have my eyes on, my popcorn out. I'm watching this game. I'm excited to see this game. Newcastle, I want you to whip these guys, man. Whip them, because I know Joe Linton and I know Bruno Gomes is gonna rough them up and tough them up. Tuffy Anderson. Bruno. Yeah, I'm gonna go for a Newcastle win 2-1. Jordy boys.
I don't know. This is a tricky one. But Newcastle gonna score though. I'm still gonna give Liverpool the edge. High scoring game, 3-2 Liverpool win. And that should be it for the predictions.
Yeah guys, please like, subscribe and share and follow us on TikTok.
Brothers until then, man.